What's up, y'all? And we are back with another beat video. Or should I just say L comp? L comps? L comps. Cold. Let's get right into this. So, now this particular video, we are going to be doing what I call is a blind beat. A blind beat is a beat that you go into without seeing nothing. So that means I have no idea what we're about to do. I have no ideas, themes, feelings, nothing. We are just going to start with the first sound that we hear, and we're just going to build from that. I think that's how every producer works, right? I just have a name for it. That's just what I do. I just put names on things. That's what I do. So I'm going to switch my screen so you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah, there we go. Let's just go to browse because I have no idea what we're going for. I'm just going to play this, see how this sounds. Ooh, this looks good. Certified drip. I always lean towards trap now. I don't know why. I used to be like 80s rock and R&B. Trap will do that to you. Very spacey. You know what? I really like that. We're going to work with it. So now we're going to go back to here. Click that. 140 because this tempo right here is 140. All right. Very simple stuff. We're going to drag that over there. I'm going to go back to here and just make sure clicker sounds right. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty. I like that. So that's in the key of D minor. We know that, right? Simple stuff. Again, go back up here to the top because now we've chosen our key. Now that we have our melody down. So that's cool. That could be like a breakdown. Like that. So we're going to add that in there. Oh, that's dope. So now we're going to change the speed. And we're going to bring that over here. So I just copied and pasted because what we're going to do is take our razor blade tool up here. And we want to make sure this is on snap right here. Because if it's not snap to the grid, your timing is going to be off. I've been there. It took me a minute to figure that out. Shout out to AD for that. All right, so I'm going to cut both of these bars here, right? Delete that. But then I'm going to delete this one. And then I'm going to take my arrow, because now we want to drag this back over here, all the way over there. Just like that. Boom. Even though we have it on a loop, we're going to have to mute one of them because they don't go together. They could, but it's going to be overwhelming. So we don't want to do all that. We don't want to overwhelm the listener. So I think I'm going to work with this combination right here. This fueled something, so that's part of making the blind beat is you go where the direction of the music takes you. See? This is just, sometimes this should be just too easy. I shouldn't be cussing, but we just want to make sure it's still 160 here, which it is. And we're going to just drop it right in there because our beat's already 160 over there. All right, so we're going to throw this in here too because I have a feeling I'm going to use it with something. So like that's what I do. I just hear sounds, I throw them in there. Even if they may not make sense at the time, we still want them in there anyways because that's how you maneuver and take your beat into so many different directions. And that's the phase of where I'm at as a producer is like a score. It's a score, but just in rhythm, just with loops and samples. I think this is gonna work. I just have a feeling because it just sounds good. So we're gonna change this to 140 because that's what the tempo is. You gotta make sure your tempos match. Change it back to 160, don't forget. You can always change it too. There's been times where I'm like, oh, this beat's gonna be like 160 and then it'll end up being 135 or this beat's gonna be 120 and it ends up being 170. You know, it just depends. That's why this is called a blind beat because we just don't know. I had no idea I was in this mood until now. See, that gives it some sauce. It's not all just to build up.
Sorry for all the things I said to you last night. I'm sorry.
What happened at the end there? It's pretty, but no. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that gave me goosebumps. That gave me goosebumps. Oh, whew. This is what, 70? And we're at 160. So I want it to be that same speed. So we're not going to put it at 70 because I originally want the beat at 160. So if I put it in at the tempo of 70s or 70 BMPs, then when I speed it up to the original tempo of 160, it's going to sound like really fast. Times this by 2, 70, right? So what is 70 times 2? 140. Don't ask me how I figured this out, but I just did, and this is how I sampled, and it just works for me. We're going to put it back at 160. I like that. Oh, yeah. Get my Alicia Keys voice on. I could so easily go Motown. We putting it in there, y'all. And guess what? We putting some saxophone in there. Why? Because that's what I grew up on, and I freaking love the saxophone. It's such a feel-good instrument. You can't help but groove. I just heard something when I heard this. Come on. Come on. What? Oh, this is about to be monstrous. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I think that we're gonna put this in here too. It just sounds beautiful, and it's the piano, guys. You already know. Okay, I'm a sucker for piano, so I'm actually gonna learn how to play that myself. I have a feeling that this guy's gonna sound fabulous. If you don't stop playing with me with this piano, I'm telling y'all, y'all better stop with this piano. Like, oh my gosh. It's so pretty. Like, I just want to flutter on my tippy toes when I hear that. Because I used to be a ballerina, so I know what it feels to dance to classical music. It's so pretty, so pretty. Don't know, but I really like the seriousness of this string. It's so serious. You know something serious is coming. This is the hard part. I have to sample this now, so you guys are gonna see how I chop this up, and I like sprinkle it in there. See that I don't like that transition right there, so we're gonna have to fix it. Maybe we'll switch it around this way. And I like that little drop, that little like airy violin that sounds screechy almost. We need to get a beat going here. So trap drums I like to go to, and hip hop drums. So BPMs exactly, because I don't really have time to waste. So we're just gonna get right to it. Hey, okay, we found it. We found it. So let me just double this real quick. Copy, and we're gonna paste. I think I'm gonna name this beat Pot of Gold. Don't ask me why. Trap, of course. Tempo is gonna be 160. That's where it's set at, and then this is in the key of D minor, so that's where we're putting it. We're saving it here. I do feel myself getting fatigued and hearing this over and over and over, so I'm gonna stop here, We already got the basics laid out for this beat. I'm pretty excited because I can't wait to see where this goes tomorrow with a fresh mindset, a fresh brain. Oh my god, you guys, I almost started streaming live. I am going to turn in for the night. Normally I would push through it and like stay up all night and finish this, but like literally I gotta take this stuff off my face, yo. Like, I'm not young anymore, so alright, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I'll see you in the morning. Peace. Alright, so we are back and it is the next day. I am well rested. Thank you for joining me or still watching this video. Without further ado, let's get right into making this beat. Look, I'm a Reasons girl for life. I'm always going to be a Reasons girl. This is all I know. That's what I use. And that's what I've always used, like, for over a decade now. Don't feel like I need to add anything else because I had a fresh mind frame today. So, like, hearing that beat for the first time, I kind of feel like I need more. But since this is a blind beat video, we don't want to be here all day, right? So we're gonna keep it like this because the basics of this video is just to show you how you can take a couple of samples or instruments and just throw together like a beat. Do you what you feel in here. So corny, so deep all the time, right? We're gonna do some pre-mixing. We're gonna solo the first track. So you notice when I highlight the first track and I solo it out, everything else is just like muted. Which is good, because we want to get the levels. So I don't want anything peaking. I want it to stay in the green. So if anything is in the red, we just got to turn it down. Just basic stuff. Panning to the right and the left. So when I put a compressor on there and EQ it, it'll be great. All right, so I had to turn that down a little bit so it's not like so loud. It's such a great trick. It just gives your instrument that power that just... It's not necessarily like loud blasting, but it's like a silent rumble, like surround sound almost. It's a quality. It's a whole vibe. So this technique that I'm about to show you guys, I mean, it's been around forever. It's nothing new, nothing I came up with. It's just what I was taught and learned. So we are going to copy track, paste. And then I'm just going to paste it again. As you can see, we have 3 of them now. So now we are going to pan them. Let's go back and listen to that. Your drums, let me stop this. I don't care what's going on. Make sure your drums are good. Make sure. Drums, man, drums are everything. I was just listening to some of the stuff I made back, like, what was it, 2013, probably 2010? Oh my god. I thought it was so good. Only my music sounded good to me. Oh, but you gotta start somewhere. I kind of like the simplicity of it. Sometimes you can overdo a beat. And that's just beautiful just like that. So that's where we're gonna keep that. If y'all want a detailed video like about this program, just let me know. If you have an Apple, it's Command-C. All right, you see how it lines up the little cursor right here. So we got left and right. That's where my bars played when I was laying the bones out. And V again, hold the command down on V until just you want to stop. So I don't go over more than like 2 minutes now. I think 2 minutes is enough. My Snags album, the first one that's coming out, each song is literally 60 seconds because they're made for like TikTok. Anything under a minute. It's already broken down for you, ready to go. Because now we're mapping out the beat. This is called mapping out. So this is the breakdown of how it actually sounds in song form. Gotta be a mix that just is good for everybody. I would play my music so loud that I remember I had like a blown speaker for the longest of times. It was horrible. I still rode around. I still rode around with my 808s. I still did. I didn't care. Ah, the joys of being young.
We'll be right back.